All right, guys, welcome on in. If you're looking for yesterday's video, I have to take that down because this microphone wasn't working and it just sounded like absolute rubbish. And yesterday's video, going to redo. And that was all about when is the best time to come out here to Las Vegas and visit. Probably going to be doing a lot of those videos because I got a lot of requests on when to come out here. Today's video is going to be all about NFTs. Now, if you're not into cryptocurrency, you might have heard of these floating around. You see these kind of weird looking JPEGs that are selling for thousands of dollars. And I think they're getting a bad rap right now because the understanding around NFTs is just that. It's just like, why are these little JPEG images selling for so much, right? Just they have the one collection called Bored Apes, and they're selling for like $100,000 and so on. And people are like, why are people paying so much money for these NFTs? Well, that's kind of like the surface level stuff right there. But the most important thing to know about an NFT, non fungible tokens, is that they cannot be reproduced in any way, right? It's unique. Nobody can ever have another one. You can have copies of it, but it cannot be recreated as the original. Just like the Mona Lisa, there can only be one Mona Lisa, and there can be a lot of copies of the Mona Lisa, but there's only one. So these people that are buying and trading these NFTs are buying them because number one, the artist might be very popular. Number two, because it's first into the industry. And when NFTs start to pick up in business, as we're going to discuss in a little bit, there's a lot of other uses. Now, I'm not aware if collections like Bored Apes have utility built into them, but the overarching goal for NFTs is to have conditions and contracts built into them. Okay. So let's just say, for example, let's take it back to, let's say Prince from his Purple Rain days was just coming out right now. He's a brand new artist, just filming Purple Rain album, and he decides to draw 10 NFTs, right? Because he's an artist. He decides to draw 10 separate images, and he decides to stagger these images. So the first one, he's only going to make like 50 of them, and the second image, he's going to make like maybe 100 and so on. So he makes more as he reaches the number 10. All right. Um, I don't whatever. You might think that they're ugly, you might think that they look nice, but the fact of the matter is now we have an artist who is just coming out, just becoming popular, has put out 10 NFTs, but instead of just having it as a piece of art, he says because he needs money to fundraise for recording, he'll say something, he'll attach to those individual NFTs for the first people that buy the first NFT that's coming out. I'm going to give them access to any one of my recordings. You can stop by and listen to any of my recordings. I'm going to give you early access to my album 2 months in advance. You get the album for free. Whenever I come out with a new album, you get it for free. Um, Also, I'll give you 50% off any of my concerts that are coming out. And I'm going to swing for the fence on this one. Throughout the entirety that you own this NFT, I'm going to give you 1% of the album's earning. Okay, and that's just for strictly the people that buy these NFTs. So he makes the NFTs, he picks something like Solana to mint them on, or Flow, as we're going to talk about in just a little bit, and it sits there. And the people who really love him will go out there and buy these unique NFTs. Remember, the very first ones are a very limited run 50, and they get higher in how much he made all the way up to the 10th item. Okay. So as he goes along, it starts getting more popular, right? He goes from, he does Purple Rain and a whole bunch of his other music, and then he eventually then passes away. Now, you lose the ability to go the other benefits that were in that contract, right? And remember, these are locked in. They cannot be changed. Once the NFT is minted, those conditions cannot be changed. The NFTs are stored and secured and can be sold on the blockchain, whichever one that he chooses to use, like Flow or Solana. Okay. It can't be changed. It can be sold, but it cannot be altered. Those contract terms are in there for life. So he passes away, and you lose the ability to have the 50% off the concert tickets. You can't go see him live in concert and any other stuff, but you still remember have the 1% that he offered you for the lifetime as long as you have that NFT. So you have that value maintained. The other half of it is, let's say he never draws anything or paints anything ever in his entire life, and those 10 images are the only ones that are in existence of any type of artwork that he's done outside of his writing music. Now, not only do you have the value of that 1% that was contracted when you first bought the NFT, but now you have almost like a baseball card or a concert ticket that was from the very beginning, right? You have that artwork from Prince that is also going to be worth a lot of money. So we're going to see that coming out with Ticketmaster. In fact, let me share my screen here. If you're not aware, for those that are not in the US or that are watching this video, Ticketmaster, I don't know if you guys use Ticketmaster, but Ticketmaster is the largest website that handles everybody's tickets. I don't care where you buy tickets, if it's for an NFL football game, concert, or whatever, everybody uses Ticketmaster. And here is what's going on with Ticketmaster now. So you can see here, Ticketmaster selects Flow blockchain for minting NFT event tickets. So now when you buy a ticket from Ticketmaster, they're creating NFTs. Now, I don't know how they're going to utilize this, what type of benefits they're going to give you for buying tickets through them. They chose Flow. I thought originally they were going to go with Polygon because that's what they were looking at, but they decided to go with Flow. Doesn't matter. Flow is really good too. I would have personally selected Polygon. But now we can see that the largest provider of ticket services is now getting into the NFT game. So now when we purchase a ticket from Ticketmaster, it may give us additional benefits with whatever concert that we're buying it through. So, I mean, if you could imagine this, maybe you're going to go to a football game and you're I don't know, Raiders, Packers, whatever fan. Maybe now the football team is going to give you certain benefits for buying those specific NFTs. Maybe they're going to have NFTs with certain football players, but that's essentially how you can utilize an NFT. So kind of getting away from just the crazy JPEG pictures that you see of the Bored Apes. This is going to have really good utility coming up through the future. So we got to have a look at how those are going to be used. And keeping in mind, they're going to be used for things like purchasing cars, purchasing homes, anything that has a contract that can execute when a condition is met is how an NFT can be used in the very near future. So keep an eye out for that. The NFT market right now is still very flat. It was exploding, but because of the crash going on in the cryptocurrency market right now, the art portion is taking a hit. But as adoption picks up, these NFTs, especially if you can hit like an up and coming artist or somebody new like that, that's willing to offer you things. Oh, let's just say, for example, let's get away from the art stuff. Let's say back in the day when Starbucks was first coming up and they had like maybe 5 or 6 stores, the very first Starbucks stores. Okay, just imagine you have your membership card program, right? And they say, you know what, we're getting kind of popular. Let's now mint a special NFT. Okay, let's say, and this is an example I heard on a different channel. Okay, now you've decided that you want to make an NFT. So you go to an artist, a very new artist. He creates one NFT for you and you make 10,000 NFTs, right? Or 10,000 of that single NFT. And you give your members different discounts that are not available to the general public, that's outside of your corporate, whatever it is. And then maybe you also share, hey, you know what? Thank you for spending. Let's say you charge them $5,000 for the NFT, but you give them a 1% profit sharing because you're using this as a fundraiser. So you charge $5,000 for the NFT. You give them a 1% kickback for profit sharing. And then you give the artist like another 1% kickback for doing the work that he did for you. Because maybe he did it for free. You know, it's a very quick drawing and you'll give him 1% of whatever the cost benefit is when the people use the card. Okay. So if you could imagine, again, if you got 1% of what Starbucks was earning across the world, that's what that one NFT could have done for you. And that's what companies can use them for, is not only offering benefits, but also securing whatever type of business they're going to be doing by fundraising up front instead of having to look for investors. So it's multi-purpose and what NFTs can be used for. So just keeping in mind, it's a new and upcoming market. It's still early in its adoption. Solana is one of the ones where NFT is very heavy on, and Flow, as we've seen with using Ticketmaster. But just thought I'd throw that out there because I was having a discussion at work about NFTs. A lot of people just think they're them silly little JPEGs. In the future, they're going to be used for a lot more. So if you see a potential business that's offering them to you that you think is going to be big, or if you have an artist who's offering some ridiculous things like what I just mentioned, you might want to go check them out. All right, guys, tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be redoing the video I did yesterday about best times to come out here to Las Vegas. And we are going to be live streaming a lot more. I haven't decided on times yet, but everything is still on track. I'm still doing gun reviews and knife reviews and outdoor reviews and other reviews like that. So that hasn't changed, but I wanted to add this element of live broadcasting. Just kind of put out there the things that I run across, especially in now the cryptocurrency realm. The markets are down, stocks are down. If you're thinking about investing, now is a really good time to go out there and do that. Again, not financial advice, but Now is the time because fortunes are made in the bull market. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.